9th January 2014 in accordance with Section 91, subsection 1D and subsection 3 of the 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia. A news release from Election House reveals that the nomination of candidates will be held on Friday 27 December 2013 at the IEC Regional Office in Brikama from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Prospective candidates, the dispatch adds, should call the Regional Electoral Office on 3534203 to arrange the schedule for the receipt of their nomination papers. Still on that fast approaching National Assembly by-election, His Excellency, the President, National Chairman and Party Leader, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Jame, acting under the provisions of the APRC Constitution, has endorsed Mr. Alhaji Jame as the APRC candidate in the forthcoming National Assembly by-election for Fonyi Jarol constituency. The people of Fonyi Jarol constituency and the Gambian people at large are hereby informed that Mr. Alhaji Jame is the APRC candidate. The release ends. After distributing questionnaire to stakeholders with a view to soliciting their contribution to efforts geared towards developing a strategic plan for the period 2014 to 2018, the Gambia Standards Bureau recently convened an interface to, among other things, review the input of respondents and subject them to SWOT analysis. Rohibite has the details.
Not only ensuring quality food in the Gambia, but also maintaining quality in all services and products, both locally and those imported into the Gambia. Quality is a significant aspect of all products and services, but many still take it for granted, and for many, concentration is more on quantity and not quality. It is for this reason that the Gambia Standards Bureau was established, and since its inception, the Bureau has been increasing efforts aimed at maintaining quality in the products and services rendered in the country to satisfy customers.
The Board of Directors in that regard decided to approve the development of 10 food and food-related standards. We started work by calling upon the stakeholders within the National Codex Committee, but also other relevant stakeholders, and also to put in place a procedure for the adoption or development of standards in accordance with the internationally accepted procedure. This internationally accepted procedure is the WTO accepted and the ISO procedure for setting international standards. And that procedure is the ISO-IEC Guide 21.
Since they were able to achieve that, the Bureau is now working on improving its mandate to other areas so as to ensure there is international accepted procedures of maintaining quality in all products and services consumed in the country.
The aim of the Bureau, as envisaged in the Act, or I would say the philosophy of the Act, is for the Bureau to be a facilitator, for the Bureau to encourage the development of trade, both nationally and internationally, but also to protect human health, safety, and consumer value for money.
This consultative meeting intended to strengthen the strategic plan 2014-2018 of the Bureau with stakeholders, according to Baidudu Jallo, has a significant role to play in their operations. For people to be sure of what they're consuming, quality measures need to be taken in consideration while producing and providing services. That also applies to business whose progress, both locally and internationally, could be sustained by providing quality which should be maintained in all aspects. These stakeholders' input in the planning of the Gambia Standards Bureau strategic plan is considered significant in ensuring quality food production and services in the country. Rohibite, Grts News.
The oyster harvesters at Kamalo and fish processors in Old Joshua and Brufut recently took delivery of water sanitation and hygiene facilities from officials of the water and sanitation component of the USAID Barnafa project. Uminjai witnessed the handing over ceremonies spread over a 2-day period, and she now reports.
In their efforts to improve the health standards of the oyster women and people at the fish landing sites, the USAID Banafa project officially handed over water and sanitation facilities to the oyster women of Kamalo, fishing communities of Old Joshua and Burfoot. The Gambia-Senegal Fisheries Sustainable Project, locally called the Banafa project, has been rendering help to the fisheries sector since inception, and this time saw the need to help the people at these fish landing sites to access potable water and sanitary facilities.
The water and sanitation component of the project was incorporated to support the local oyster and fishing communities with the much needed water and sanitation facilities.
These WASH facilities came at a time when all these fish landing sites and the oyster women are constrained with sanitary facilities. With these WASH facilities, the beneficiaries would be in better condition before facing the public to sell.
This project will improve the livelihood of women oyster harvesters of the 4 communities: Old Joshua, Kamalo, Burfoot, and Kato. It will also promote employment through the improvement of handling, processing, and commercialization of oyster products.
We're happy to be here today to commemorate this improvement in sanitation and hygiene at these fisheries landing sites. The communities of Kamalo and Old Jeshuan are going to change this statistic about diarrheal disease being the 3rd leading killer.
The Charge d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy expressed gratitude to the Banafa project, outlining the importance of healthy drinking water alongside toilets, particularly to the fishing community.
One of the most important principles of the approach used to develop and implement the USAID Banafa WASH activities has been the principle of community ownership that you have shown us. We say that principle symbolized today as the facilities are handed over to the community. But it is not just about the physical facilities. The U.S. government is proud to support a participatory process led by the communities to identify issues, raise awareness, plan innovative solutions, and take ownership of improved hygiene at these sites and in your broader communities.
The Fisheries and Water Resources Minister lauded the Banafa project for the good gesture, noting that it is in line with the government Vision 2020 goal of ensuring a healthy citizenry.
The policy, legal and management framework for the fisheries in the Gambia is provided by the 2007 Fisheries Act and 2008 Fisheries Regulations. The policy objectives of the fisheries sector as articulated in the policy document includes rational and long-term utilization of the marine and inland fisheries resources, improving nutritional standards of the population, increasing employment opportunities in the sector.
Given that the items the beneficiaries sell are usually in high demand by the public, the need for them to operate in a clean and healthy environment cannot be overemphasized. And as they rejoice in this intervention, they were advised to use the WASH facilities for their intended purpose. Uminjai, Grts.
Civilians uprooted by the recent spate of fighting between Sudanese government troops and those loyal to President Salva Kiir's former vice president throng UN compound seeking shelter, and accusations and counter-accusations as civilians continue to bear the brunt of the seemingly endless mayhem in Syria. These stories close the weather. Reports will be back.
dama wax ne nañ leen ko macc neex na waaye xam nañ ko maccee ko dàq dama wax ne li mu saf billahi ka ko tax xam ci ku rek moo ko xam tey jëli ba oote na ci réewi Gambia ànd ak kan kumaare ban fas yéene ubbi nag album bu ees album boo xam ne naka la tudda ñu ne Aliou Tujee lum tekki bàyyi leen ma rek lu ma def baax na ak ban ñu di ko wax wóoli saboo lum tekki ñetti façon ngi wàllu yu moo am ci àdduna bi moom la jëli ba nag fas yéene ubbi Aliou Tujee ak wóoli saboo kañ la koy lonc ba si samedi la di ñeneenti fan ci weeru janvier fan la ko lancé ca Sahel Fitness Center ca boori Coco Ocean Hotel ma ne kañ lay tàmbali juróom-ñeneenti waxtu waaye ticket bi yomb ba dee ñetti téeméer di $300 rek la jële ba nee na bés bi nag dafa am ñu ma invite su may mbokki artiste nag laa oo ci bés bi kan la Viviane Sidit ma ca Sénégal di woy mu neex mu tofal ci kan Balla Gaye 2 mi bëri te safoo ñëpp saf